So we have arrived at Ewenny Garden Centre on Saturday afternoon, and there's Tony. So come with us and we'll pop inside and see what they've got. So as we walk into the store, look at that there. This is where the magic happens. And some lovely indoor plants. Beautiful selection. Just look at all these to choose from. These are lovely. I like the leaves on those. Wonder if I'll be lucky now to find my spotty dotty. I'm still looking for one. Lovely selection there. This is something that I haven't seen before. Pickle plant. Lovely and soft looking. Beautiful. I do love a cactus. These aren't a bad price either. Some of the garden centres are really expensive. $15.99 for that one, the large one. Look at that sign there. That's a lovely flower. Venus flytraps. It's a lovely large tree fern there, but no price on that one. I have looked. No price, is it, Tony? I bet it is about £1,000. Lovely though. That's got to be about 7 foot. And these little ones here in the bucket, £3.50 for that one. Expensive. Lovely but expensive. Found anything that you like, Tony?
No.
No? Nothing catches your eye? Oh. Well, this is all the sale here. $7.50, half price for these here. Hydrangeas. I like a good bargain. Proven winners. That one's looking half dead. You never know what you might find. Now these I have been looking for quite a while. They're not in the best condition, but I wonder if I could bring that back. A strawberry tree, £10. So I may go through them now and see which one is the nicest one. What about this one? What does it say about it? Not lots.
No price on it.
No price.
I think it's just used for decorative.
That's strange how there's no price on it. Big though.
Yeah, the name of the garden would be fantastic.
Huge.
See, another one there.
Yeah, for chimney I think that is.
I don't need for the B&M, that's fantastic and it's very hard. One like that. Brilliant.
Where would you put that?
In the centre of the garden.
Find somewhere to put it.
Oh, she will.
Lovely. It's a lovely orange on that too. Viburnum. Viburnum Wentworth. Nice orange. Oh yeah, monkey puzzle. That's not a monkey puzzle.
No, is it?
No.
Oh.
No. I don't know about this one. Ooh. What are these ones? Cotinus. I've had a little look around. Definitely got some lovely Hebes here. A heartbreaker. Lovely. But I do like that viburnum there, and that looks in full of health. $24.99. Now that is a nice plant. Lovely euonymus there. Silver Christa. Lovely leaves on them, and so easy to grow these are. And they've actually got the viburnum davidi here. $39.99 for that size. Lovely plant. I've got one of these in the garden. Mine is quite new. It's a little bit smaller than this one. And they've got ideas here as well for a Japanese style garden. Lovely garden ornaments and acers. Nice Buddha over there. And this one here is a lovely plant that I haven't seen before. An Edgeworthia. $99.99. But just look at that. Beautiful looking leaves. So I've pulled that plant out now so you can have a better look at it. And it's a lovely shape on it. Just look at those leaves there. Plants for shade. Now I do love a shady area in the garden, and they've got some lovely different plants here. They've got one at the back there, beautiful leaves, a Cassonia, but I don't think they are very hardy in the UK. but they would fit in well, I think, with a tropical style garden. And a triple trunk tree fern there. I wonder how much that is. Lovely selection of ferns as well. I've got these ones already in my garden, the holly ferns. And these are $11.99 here. Lovely. So, second stop of the day, and I've come down to B&M in Port Talbot to have a look at some of the jungle plants that I've heard they've had in stock. So they've actually got a few little cheffleras here, and they are £12.50. And then going up to the higher shelf, they've got the polycarpa there. Lovely leaves on that fatsia. The green fingers, $16.50. They're actually a good size. That there is a lovely plant. I'm not even going to try and say that, so I'll just say green coral. And also a T-Rex, £12.50. They've got 2 in stock. Not a bad size for £12.50, although not really in the best of shape. They probably need a good watering. The leaves are intact. So which one of these am I going to pick up? Let's have a look and see. Now, one thing I will say about these cheffleras, I planted mine out as quite a small plant, but it wasn't as small as this. So I would probably repot it this size into a larger pot, but I would tend to keep it in a protected greenhouse over the first winter, just for it to get a little bit more size to it before planting it out in the garden. But once they've been in the garden for a year or so, they'll soon start then to race away. So looking at them side by side, you can see that there's a big difference in size there. So that's the chefflera there on the left. And that one there is the polycarpa for $16.50. So I have got a space to fill in the garden. So I think it's going to have to be the larger one, the fatsia polycarpa. Let's have a look through and see which one is the best. And I think while I'm here, I'll pick up a few more ferns. And while we're looking at exotic plants, I noticed that they're actually selling now Arundodonnax grasses, and these are £12.50. Now that is a bargain. So I've pulled one out there for you to have a closer look, and they have actually been well watered, so they're in good condition. And £12.50 is a good price. Now I thought the dahlias this late in the season would be reduced, but nothing yet. They're still full price at £8.50. And as I turned the corner in the store, I come across a lot more of these T-Rex plants. £12.50. I can't believe that. And these put on so much size so quickly. So buy one of these for £12.50 and you'll soon have a monster in the garden. Some lovely miscanthus grasses there, and all of these are £6.50. Lovely choices there. And they've also got some lovely aces here, £37.50. They're a really good size for that price. Lovely leaves. And they'll soon be changing, I think, to a lovely darker orangey red, ready for the autumn. And they've even got 2 cycads here, and these are £37.50 each. Not a bad price at all. We're back now from the garden centre, and we managed to do 2 garden centres in one day. So I've been waiting now for the weather to cool off. So it's about 7 o'clock now in the evening, and I've just come in from doing a little bit of planting. So let me take you around, show you what I bought today and where I've put it. So let's start now up by the back door and show you the first change that I did this morning, and that was to move the compost bin. Now, since I took down the fence on Thursday, that has opened up a lovely little corner there for the compost bin to sit in. So that is up and out the way. So I emptied the contents of that. Lovely rich dark compost. It's been in there for a good year or so, and spread that all over the triangular bed. So the first plant that I bought, and that is an Edgeworthia. So I've just got to keep on top of this now to keep it watered. This won't grow very high, about 1.5 to 2 meters tall. And I'm hoping that that'll just frame the pathway a little bit. And I was out here this morning, just starting off some planting. And when I put the trowel into the ground, I realised that there was another slab there. So that was underneath the earth, so I've opened that up. So the pathway now is 2 foot longer. And I've just planted in amongst the trees there a Euphorbia robbii, as I know they tend to thrive on earth that isn't very good, stony or rocky, and can take quite dry conditions. So that should do okay there. So as soon as I saw this plant, I just loved the leaves on it. And really it looks like a small tree, and it's not going to grow that big, as I said. So it's a lovely compact size for this little corner here. So I think this is deciduous, so it will lose its leaves now in the winter. But apparently it comes out with some beautiful flowers on the bare stems in early spring. So can't wait now for that to happen. Wonderful. And it does look a little bit better now, with a few more plants dotted around under here. So it's quite difficult to get the view there now because the sun is in the way. But you can also see there that I've put my sign back up. So standing now at the very bottom of the garden, you can see that it does look a little bit different down here, and I'm used to that now already without the fence. It seems a lot more open here. So the other plants that I picked up were from B&M, so it's certainly not the best time really to go planting, as the earth is quite dry, but I needed to fill up a few little spaces, and I've just added in, because it's quite shady under here, 2 more ferns underneath the cordyline there. And the last one that I bought was just for the centre of the garden. So that there now is quite a small Fatsia polycarpa, so that's my second one now. And I did have the pittosporum here, but the pittosporum, if I just spin you around there, is now in the centre of the garden there, because it'll get a bit more sun there. So it has been rather a busy few days here in Neath, South Wales, and I've done quite a lot in the garden, and I'm quite pleased now with the results. So it's nice to have a few changes, and I do like to just potter around in the garden finding jobs to do. So until next time, I hope we have some rainfall soon, and I hope your gardens are coping well, and maybe you've got a hose pipe ban, maybe you haven't. We are lucky we haven't, so I can come out tonight now and give everything a good water. It hasn't been watered for 2 days, so it does need it now. So if you haven't already, Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you all next time in the garden. Bye for now.